But first tonight, the relationship between Australia and Israel has hit its lowest level since the Middle East crisis began. The Prime Minister has released his strongest statement to date, condemning Israel, and actually had the nerve to dictate how the Jewish state should be defending itself against barbaric terrorists. He says the situation in Gaza has gone beyond the world's worst fears. This conflict has stolen far too many innocent lives. Tens of thousands of civilians are dead. Children are starving. Gaza is in the grip of a humanitarian catastrophe, and Israel's denial of aid and the killing of civilians, including children seeking to access water and food, cannot be defended or ignored. Now, this is the sort of commentary on the world stage that would embolden Hamas. And isn't it fascinating that it was only last week the Prime Minister was whining and dining in China, a communist regime that has intimidated us militarily and economically, has committed human rights abuses and is cozying up to the dictators of Russia and Iran, and not a peep from Anthony Albanese on any of it. He seems to only find his voice when it's convenient, and yet is all too happy to alienate our allies. The Foreign Minister also reiterated the PM's call.
The situation in Gaza is beyond the world's worst fears. And children are starving, civilians are dying. What is occurring in Gaza in relation to aid, the lack of aid, and children, and the deaths of civilians seeking to gain aid is indefensible.
Now, let's be very clear. Israel is fighting for its existence. It's fighting a war on multiple fronts against Hamas, the Houthis, Hezbollah, Iran. It's fighting a war it did not start, and a war which could end tomorrow if Hamas just released the hostages. It's not done that. In fact, Hamas, even today, refused a new ceasefire deal proposed by Israel and the United States. President Donald Trump's special envoy, Stephen Witkoff, says that Hamas's latest response shows a lack of desire to reach a truce. He says while the mediators have made a great effort, Hamas does not appear to be coordinated or acting in good faith. We will now consider alternative options to bring the hostages home and try to create a more stable environment for the people of Gaza. He said it was a shame that Hamas has acted in this selfish way. And yet, our Prime Minister is blaming Israel, saying we call on Israel to comply immediately with its obligations under international law. He wants Israel to comply? What about calling for Hamas to comply with international law? Hamas is seeking to wipe out Israel. It's still holding 50 hostages, and who knows how many of those are dead or alive. And Albo wants Israel to comply? I mean, the PM is pandering so far to the left of his party, his moral outrage is so entirely misplaced. Hamas has killed its own Palestinian aid workers in Gaza. It's taken control of food trucks and has used Palestinians as human shields. All the while, Israel, along with the US, launched the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation to get aid to the Gaza Strip. Hamas is the issue. It always has been. And what is the terror group doing? What's its objective? Well, it's taking the aid to fund its own terror activities, turning the lives of innocent people into a profit-making machine. Even as Israel fights for its survival on every front, Anthony Albanese and Labor again seek to demonise it. And look, much of the media agree, constantly distorting the issue and painting Israel as the enemy. Labor's dwindling support of Israel, I fear, has now gone, as of today, beyond the point of no return. I mean, this government has sunk so low, just this week it joined 28 countries condemning Israel and calling for an end to the war. And this was a statement which was welcomed by Hamas. Anthony Albanese still has not visited Israel, yet he's had the time to jet set around the world and to China. When the Foreign Minister went to Israel, she refused to watch the footage of the Hamas massacre. And yet Anthony Albanese wants Israel to comply? I mean, Israel is not at war for the sake of it. It's not like it's having a good time in the process. It didn't ask for this war. There are 50 hostages still being held by that same terror group that murdered 1,200 Jews and raped and tortured women. All Israel wants is its people back from the hands of butchers, and all Albo cares about is compliance.